Hey friends. So I did a post a few days ago about a video that I saw by Sadhguru, in which he talks about how he was asked a question about introspection and how to stop introspection from tilting into overthinking. And his answer was basically, don't spend any time introspecting. And, as with all answers from a spiritual guru, they're context dependent, right? He's answering that question for that person. That doesn't mean no human being should ever do any introspection. But it means that when a human being has arrived at the point that they're sitting in a room with a spiritual guru, looking at their own practices and their own approach to life and trying to figure out how to evolve themselves, they are likely at a point where introspection, and he particularly kind of points out that it's a Western notion of introspection is a kind of Western thing, plumbing the mind for the contents of the mind, which he would argue is all entirely in the past, all entirely recycled material. None of it is new, and so there's no new insight coming from that. You might get more ideas, and an idea might need to be built out, but that's purposeful, intentional thinking. That's not introspection. And so anyway, I'm summarizing what I gleaned from that post, which I also did in my previous post. But something that came up today was I could really afford to just never do any more introspection. At least not for a while. I've done these things where I take a whole year and do a practice for a year, like this video post, which is still ongoing. And I gave up alcohol for a year a few years ago, and I've never looked back. So maybe this is the kind of thing where I just give myself a cut off, no introspection for a year. Because what the reason why that showed up as a powerful impulse this morning was I was doing my yoga, sitting in meditation. Some of the ideas that have been percolating for me, and then some of the work I've been doing around success and creating, manifesting some of the ideas that I've had. I recognized that I talked about state a few days ago, state, story, strategy, as a kind of the formula for, or not the formula necessarily, but the process, the sequence for a breakthrough and for success. And I recognize that the state of success, the state of real empowerment, inherent, always infinite abundance, clarity, purpose, courage, all those things are inherent in a state of readiness, of freedom, of non-attachment. And introspection immediately sabotages all those things. And introspection, somehow it's like it points the camera the wrong way, and we can't see where we're going anymore. We're just looking at the past, looking at the problems and the obstacles. Not necessarily only problems and obstacles. Introspection might locate sources of confidence or joy or love, but even those things will be in the past. And I just had this real felt sense this morning that doing an introspection fast would be good, because in meditation, and I'm about to go write about this, but ideas started to, as soon as I shifted into state, as soon as I put state first, the concepts that I had that just pinged into my mind started to spontaneously evolve. It was one of those things where it's almost like I can't keep track of the ideas because they're coming so fast. Can't write fast enough, could almost not speak fast enough to be able to capture them all. And I know that place. That is the creative space. That's the place where it all comes to us. And if one of my kind of bad habits is reflecting internally on what it means to me, or what something is serving in me, or it was like the thought that showed up was, I just need to make everything about the exterior for a while. Not that I'm not going to continue meditating and finding stillness in myself, but I'm not going to go looking inside myself for the next steps. I think those are, it's a dicey thing to say, because obviously it's got to come out of me. My own movement, my own growth, my own next steps are always internally motivated, and I might locate them there. But I think it's the exploration of the internal territory that has become unnecessary for me. The impulses are there. I can trust them. I even know how to make them happen pretty, I've been doing this for a while. I know how to access them. So don't need to spend too much more time thinking through what this is about. I think this is a dive in and make it happen moment. I think this is a put something out. Get out into other people, into the world, into a context. Somebody's waking up. She had a little bit of a cough. Anyway, that's where I'm at this morning. I think I'm going to go on an introspection diet. A non-introspection diet. We'll see where that leads. If it's a disaster in 2 weeks, I'll reevaluate. But for now, I'm going to try this out. Thanks for watching, folks. I appreciate you. Have a great day. I'll see you soon.